Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for match number 7 on day number 4, the broadcast of the Wilson World Tennis Classic. I'm your commentator extraordinaire, Team Money, along with Spencer Watanabe, known online as Tennis Ace 387. You can find us online. We are the Tennis Bros.
Find us on Apex. Find us on.
We play some Apex Legends, we do some esports, we do all sorts of fun stuff, but we're here today at beautiful Shadow Mountain Resort in Palm Desert, California. A beautiful, I was gonna say a summer evening, but it's not actually summer, it's the second day of February 2023 in summer conditions. The sun's gone down in the mountains to the south behind us, but you see the beautiful backlit mountains to the north as the sun has left the tennis courts here as we are looking at our championship court 4 at Shadow Mountain Resort. The sun off there in the backgrounds and lovely desert down here in Southern California in the United States. Thank you for joining us worldwide. For those out there that are paying attention to the Senior ITF Tennis Tour, we are tuned in for a gold ball match that's being contested on Stadium Court between some amazing competitors, which we'll learn about in a minute. Before we get to that, just wanted to make sure everybody's aware of the magnitude of this tournament. Over 45 draws have been contested throughout the last 7 days. We still got 3 more days of tournament action. This will be our last day of broadcast. There's over 800 competitors in the event. This is the mixed 60 and over doubles gold ball championship match featuring the 1 seeds hailing all the way from the United States of America. It's Leah Fiechter. I might be saying that wrong. We'll figure that out as we talk to some of the folks that know Miss Fiechter and Mr. Hinkel. That's Robert Wesley Hinkel, the 1 seeds, taking on the 2 seeds that have made their way through the draw. That's Jeffrey Jacklich and Erica Smith. Sir, do you know anything about these competitors? Can you tell us how to say their names? Do you know their opponents? So we know Jeff Jacklich.
Teaching pro and one of the top players in his age group.
Awesome. And what's your name, sir?
My name's Tim Carr.
And Tim, what did you do here at the tournament? Are you playing yourself?
I am playing in the 80s. I'm playing tomorrow in the quarterfinals.
Awesome. So you're in the 80s quarterfinals.
Yeah.
How's the draw looking for you?
It's looking fine. It's fun. This is a great tournament. They do a terrific job, so we all have a good time.
Great. Well, good to have you out here contesting for another title. How many balls do you have under your belt?
I'm just kind of getting back into the game after 25 years off. So.
Okay. So you haven't played since you're 65, and now you're out there grinding hard in the 80s.
Yeah, I took about 25 years off.
Oh, 55 then. Okay.
Yeah. Since any event, but this is a good match. This is really good. I don't know. I think his name is Fiechter. Is that what it is?
Yep.
He's got a terrific backhand.
Yeah, Fiechter and Hinkel.
And Fiechter's got a terrific backhand. But I think Erica Smith and her partner Jeff Jacklich won the first set, right?
Yeah.
They won 6-4, I think. And,
yep.
And they're down, 1-0. So
Yep.
love you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the play-by-play, and we look forward to seeing your match tomorrow.
Okay, good. Thanks.
That's what I like about this tournament. You can just ask anyone and they know everyone, or maybe not everyone in this case, but they're always happy to help.
Yeah, it's a friendly group out here as we look at a panning shot. Just taking in the night sky and taking a look at the crowd. that's still here. It's 4:31 p.m. We still got a couple hours of daylight, but kind of a unique situation here where the court is mostly in the shade. We've got an awesome tennis match still going on court 4 with Jacklich and Smith taking the first set 6-4. Down 0-1 on serve against Fiechter and Hinkel, the 1s and 2 seeds respectively in the draw. It was quite a battle to get here. Looks like they started in the round of 32, both of them. Number 1 seed had a bye. Looks like the 2 seeds had a bye as well, so they both technically started in the round of 16s. But Erica and Jeffrey rolled through their first round 2-2 versus the Ryans. David and Deborah, big shout out to them. Then Jeffrey and Erica went on 6-0, 6-3 in their round of 8 versus Dwayne Begay and Christine Paulson. Over on the top half of the draw, Fiechter and Hinkel, their first match was contested 6-1, 6-2. They defeated Casey Moore and Gail Warden. And in their second round, their quarterfinal matchup, they managed to squeak by 2-2 versus the Kuehls. That's Elizabeth and Chuck Kuehl. A lot of husband and wife combos in the draw here. Once you start getting the 60 and over, we have about 9 teams out of the round of 32 that were husband and wife combos, which is always fun to see. Number 1 seeds, that's Hinkel and Fiechter, ran into a little bit of trouble in the semifinals. Now this is a gold ball draw here, so they're not playing a super tiebreaker like some of the other matches you've seen on our broadcast this week. So Fiechter and Hinkel ran up against David Porte and Ty Sisson. Lost the first set 6-3, then managed to crawl their way back into the for a spot in the finals by winning the second set 6-3, and then took the third set in a decisive 6-1. Quite a long match contested yesterday in the heat of the afternoon. But not necessarily a battle of attrition. I did get to watch that match for part of it. It was out on one of the outer courts. But, I tell you what, from where I'm sitting right now, about 120 feet away from the competitors, I could not peg the age. The guy serving right now doesn't look a day over 35. Maybe it's the hair or lack thereof. But beautiful volleys, beautiful tennis all the way around. These are people that I would love to have on my 10.0 team. So please sign up. Please see me after the match. Down in the bottom half of the draw for our number 2 seeds, Erica Smith and her partner Jeffrey, they rolled through their semifinal 6-3 and 6-0 versus Kurt Chan and Carolyn Lane, also yesterday afternoon in the heat of the day. And that puts us here in the finals, 1 seed versus 2 seed, the way it should be. That's another example of quality seeding by your tournament director, Mr. Kywin Evans, joining us here in Palm Desert, all the way from Australia. He's been here at the club a number of years and just took over the tournament a couple years ago with its almost 40-year history. Changed ownership as far as title sponsors go throughout the years. It's been with many brands, but Wilson's done an incredible job of growing the tournament. The first year we've had a broadcast crew out. We want to thank the students from Val Verde High School that have made this broadcast possible. Back there behind the scenes, we've got some amazing students that are moving the camera around. Right now, you're looking at a student operating our camera there. Got another student operating this camera angle here. We've got another student that's climbed up on the fence to bring you this camera angle. And an awesome creative student from Val Verde Unified and Val Verde High School that put together this cool GoPro shot, bringing you all the action here. So we're so grateful that they're able to turn out and watch this. There's a look at our student camera crew. You guys can wave if they can hear us. They're sipping their smoothies. Hi, wave. You're on air. There you go. Big shout out to Val Verde Unified. Their program's called Teen Vision, all the way from Val Verde High School, about 2 hours to the west. joining us here to capture some professional quality tennis matches. As we get back into the action, quick hold brings us to 1-all in the second set. Huge poach there from Fiechter. I think one thing we see, Spencer, as we talked with these players last night after their matches to get here to the finals, mixed doubles is a game where you really got to know your partner, and that I noticed that we're not doing a lot of signs necessarily, not doing a lot of planning, but it sure seems like they know if they're about to poach. So I know that these two particular teams have played together for quite a while. There's another great example of another poach. This guy's versatile on both sides, forehand and backhand volleys, not afraid to do what he can to make sure that they're holding serve at this critical third game. The third game and fourth game in mixed doubles are the most important games of a set. Just try to establish that rapport. It's easy to hold the first and second time around with the stronger server, but can you do it the third and fourth time around? That's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, having that weapon at the net there just really helped them cruise through that serve game there, and I think we're going to see that a little more later on in the set.
What's that? We have our on-the-spot reporter here joining us.
Just trying to make it up as we go here. I think Hinkel is the man on the other side. Excellent player.
Yes,
Can't pronounce the name of him.
Hinkel's an excellent player, and Fiechter.
Yeah, that one it is. Yeah.
Fiechter.
It's on serve in the second set, and Jacklich is on the first set.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll see if Smith can hold here and keep it even. Yeah, super critical game in mixed doubles. Now, are you playing mixed doubles in the 80s? Just singles, okay. And where are you in from? The Bay Area. We're from Seattle. Yeah. Just for the tournament. We're just broadcasting on YouTube. But
YouTube. Yeah, okay, YouTube. So that's the tournament.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm here with Selinko and with the Kids Foundation and just having a fun time.
First class operation you're putting on here.
Yeah, first class operation. Yep, but the kids have put it all together, so it's fun. Thank you. We'll get back into the action here. Smith is in a bit of a hole here. Jacklich and Smith. They need to get this game.
Yeah, an unfortunate double fault and then a very solid return from Robert Wesley, just kind of piling on and giving him a 2-point lead, but looks like might be shaking off some of that momentum here.
I think after this match, I'm going to ask to see the IDs of all four competitors. I'm not believing the age here, but supposedly they're all 60 or over. I have trouble believing it myself.
Sorry. Sorry.
Another big poach there. This time that backhand volley just sails long, evening this game at 30 all. Had a lovely night here at Shadow Mountain Resort. Right behind us, Spencer, is a huge pool that's larger than these tennis courts.
I've seen it. Yep.
Great spas.
Very tempted to jump in there earlier when we were hitting the 70s. Now it's cooled off a bit to really low 50s.
Can we take the caster camera and pan it around to take a look at some of these amazing condos on property? Is that possible?
That one doesn't rotate that far. Let me see if I can get this one in action. It might be blocked. Oh no, we can see.
Oh, there's some good look at the Wilson banners or some of these condos. Our real estate sponsor for the tournament, James Mackey, was telling us about some of the condos that are available on property. These are our tennis condos. You're right here next to tennis courts. So there's hard courts, there's clay courts, there's pools, there's golf courses. There's everything you need right here in the desert. Met some homeowners that live here permanently, some that come here for the winter, whether they're snowbirding it or calling it their permanent place. We look back here at the grandstands here, Shadow Mountain Resort.
Yeah, it's really just a beautiful facility.
We find ourselves at deuce. Ball just sails along. Great poach there. Jacklich and Smith got a chance to hold to keep the set on track.
Ay, ay, ay!
Little frustration there. So far, we haven't had to use the bleep machine for any of these players. It's been nice. We had a good week of sportsmanship all around. Whether it's contested in the 35s or all the way up to the 80s, 85s, and 90s. What you're seeing right now is a battle for the gold ball. If I hide the scoreboard for a second, you'll see that there's a chair, an umpire there, joining us for this affair. So grateful for all the officials that have made this tournament possible. Again, could it be done without our director extraordinaire, Mr. Kywin Evans? Also, this is a unique affair where it's supported by both the National Senior Men's Tennis Association and the National Women's Tennis Organization, who both help to power this event from a sponsorship perspective, but also from a lobbying perspective, quite frankly, making sure that competitive senior tennis is available around the world and that we're playing real tennis. You know, tennis where we play out the ads, playing a schedule that works for all the players. You know, when players are traveling around the world, in some cases to come to a tournament, they want to have a fun experience and they want to make sure that they're getting their fair shot to get those points they need. And sometimes it's a match in the round of 32, it could be a round of 16 or a round of quarterfinals that makes the difference between them qualifying for a world's team or having to wait the next year or maybe till the next age category. So we're so grateful for all the sponsors out here that make this possible, whether it's Wilson. Oh, possible tweener there, but Smith electing not to go for the tweener. Probably the smart call there. We're at 30-all, 2-all. That's a big serve just out. See what he puts together in the second serve. Spencer, I like that aggressive positioning that her partner is taking there in the return. And Erica has an amazing return. She's closing in. And her partner's playing close enough so that he can take advantage of any ball that her opponent does pop up. That one went long, but he's in the right spot. Erica comes Comes forward, hits a nice low flat ball. We've seen it a number of times today.
Great close. Ooh, great play.
Such good touch from the Bulldog there. We do have a request for interference to play the point over again because the fence got in the way, but the umpire does not seem to be honoring that request. Players do take their seats. 3-2 for the 2 seeds, Jacklich and Smith. Great looks there during the changeover of both teams focused on planning what they're going to do for the next 2 games. As we get back into the action here, as it's still anybody's set.
Well-placed angle from Fiechter there, but fortunately couldn't follow up.
This would be a decisive hold right here.
This would be for sure.
That grunt and all the on-court audio this week brought to you by Wilson, the official ball and the official microphone of the Wilson World Tennis Classic. Great look at his service motion here.
Ooh. Deadly volley.
She was out for blood on that high swinging volley.
Forehead swing volley, yeah. You could tell that pace when you're that close, you don't have much time to react to that. That's
regardless of the generation on tour, whether you're watching some of the best 60-year-old doubles players in the world or the best open doubles players in the world, it's the girls that have those high swinging volleys. You don't see it that much in the men's game.
fantastic shot. Scooped it up.
Is it out or in? What was the call? No, that was good. Good, all right. 40-30.
Little spook for Fiechter and Hinkel.
It's always nice when the umpire asks the players what their call was, not inserting himself into the match. trick shot magic.
Advantage Fiechter.
Perfect serve. Right at him.
Deuce.
Great serve, shaking off that break point.
That's a good point, Spencer. Promised myself I wouldn't say no pun intended all day, but I just thought about it, so I had to say it.
Temptation was too strong there, Todd. I understand.
Back to deuce here. Critical game for both teams, but if I'm serving here,
No
as a man,
freaking idea why I think it does go wide.
I really do want to hold, and you can feel the frustration in his in his voice as he knows that now he's facing break point to let the team back into the match here.
Well, if you shook off one, well, I'm sure he thinks he can shake off another.
Good look at the guy that caused all the pressure there.
It's a big call.
When you have a partner like that at the net, it's pretty easy to feel confident about serving, Spencer.
Absolutely. Back to deuce. Shaking off 2 break points here.
See if Jeffrey can put together a string of serves here. Misses big T again. Makes her roll that second serve. Good kicker and great volley. Stood in front of it, almost fenced that ball back over. It's a bit of a soccer move, and fencing move, and tennis move all at once.
Yeah, triple threat. I believe it. Oh,
Deuce.
really wanted that one.
Long week of tennis for everybody on the court. Jeffrey's so close to a gold ball here, he can taste it. A little frustrated with his volley there. He had that one where he wanted it. It's a third look at deuce. Big serve up the tee. Can't close out that forehand volley.
Looking at
See
their
if his partner can calm him down.
Looking at their third break opportunity here for Fiechter and Hinkel.
See if Hinkel can convert here. We throw up a little lob here.
Game Fiechter Hinkel. 3 games all.
Jacklich unfortunately just misses that volley wide. A little frustration showing there. Luckily they did have the insurance break. So that brings us back on track on this set. We're back to even just like we were at 1-1. Now it's up to the ladies to hold. That's 3-all in the second set of this gold ball
What a touch.
60s mixed doubles match at the Wilson World Tennis Classic. That shot sails wide and the return there. 15-all. Take another look as the sun sets behind us. Sun no longer shining against those mountains to the north, as it's 5-all, 3-all.
30-15.
That's an angle that should be outlawed in tennis. Fiechter had no problem using it. We've got a special guest joining us here at the booth. Sir, why don't you introduce yourself for the audience?
My name is
30 all.
and I'm originally from Czech Republic, and I live in
And what tournaments did you played in the 35 singles?
75. 75 singles and make 3 rounds, but it's not
Awesome. So you have the semifinals tomorrow?
actually gonna be quarter. Very big draw.
So a draw of 64 for the 75 singles. So you're in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Can you tell us a little bit about your opponent?
30-40.
Fight, blood.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing your match tomorrow. How are you enjoying the 60s mixed doubles gold ball final match here?
Nice shot, Rob.
Fucking baffles me. Language, please.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. As our interview is happening, I just heard our first audible obscenity as we got a warning from the chair umpire there.
Advantage, Jacklich.
Tensions continue to increase as we move towards the halfway point of this second set. It's 3-all. Break point opportunity here.
This is a big game. A lot of momentum from this one.
Great return, good touch, good court coverage, but that puts the team
James Smith, Jacklich.
out of position.
Smith, Jacklich lead. 4 games to 3. Second set.
It's a big
and
break.
1 set to love.
Actually, that's a must-break game in mixed doubles. Now we'll see if the other team can retort with a break of their own.
Back-to-back breaks there. Both teams really fighting for the second set.
Just a beautiful evening shaping up here in the desert.
Call it an ITD from where I'm from. We call that an ideal tennis day.
I call that an ideal tennis evening as the lights have started to take effect
Great rally there.
50 love.
on here at the Stadium Court 4. We've got matches happening out there on court 6 and court 7, as well as some of the other lit courts over on the other side to the north of us, to our commentator left. We'll be starting again bright and early tomorrow morning if you guys want to come out and watch the action. Free tickets if you mention Wilson. Mention you heard about it on the door,
30 love.
or it's free anyways, but come on out and watch.
I think it's 30 off.
No, 30 love.
Matches start
30 off better than
8 a.m. There's no better way to spend a Friday morning than watching some high-level competitive tennis. Some of these players, as you heard, have taken 25 years off and are competing at the 80s. Some of these players have been playing for 25 years. There's other players that have just picked up the game in the last 5 to 10 years. So we've got a variety of players at a tournament like this. Some of them are Grand Slam champions. Some of them hold dozens of gold balls, and some of them are still trying to fight for their first gold ball. And as we've talked with players earlier in the week, some of them are still trying to fight for their first round victory. Had an opportunity to interview some locals in the desert. Big shout out to Bernadette and Scott that we interviewed earlier up at the balcony. Had a tough first round in mixed doubles, but really enjoyed their time here at the tournament. And that's what it's all about here at the Wilson World Tennis Classic. As Jacklich and Smith go ahead 5-3.
Very important hold there. So they get a glimpse at what could be a gold ball victory.
Love 15.
We've just been told by one of the Shire competitors that it's not all husband-wife combos. We've got some brother-sister combos in the draw as well at the 60s, 70s, 75 mixed doubles level.
Oh.
It's good to see
Such
in the
hands.
family. Incredible hands.
Oh, whoops.
Serve just sailing long. Second serve, 30-15. Big second serve out wide. Solid two-handed backhand versus a solid one-handed backhand. Gets it over the forehands. Down the middle. Ends up winning the point. Brings us to an opportunity to hold to get back in this set. Two chances to hold. The guy with one of the bigger cannons we've seen out here today. Ooh.
Great
Wow.
ball.
Game 5-13 Hinkel.
Looked like a right-handed Nadal there with the
5-4. Second set and
amount
one
of
set to love.
RPMs on that ball to create that short little angle. As this match progresses into the evening hours, they've been at it for 1 hour and 24 minutes. Looks like we've got some folks, some Canadians I'm hearing that are joining us at the desk. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hold that microphone nice and close to your.
Guys, I'm Drew McDougall from Toronto, Canada, snowy capital.
Rich Potter from Blind Bay, British Columbia.
Elizabeth McDougall, Drew's sister from Victoria, BC.
We were playing in the over 60s. This is my first tournament in 40 years. So I was really feeling it with my sister, or with anyone actually. And we were semifinals of the consolation, so we're the least loserish of the losers. How about you? How about you, Rich?
Awesome. So semifinals of the back draw for some mixed dubs. We love to hear it.
And I haven't divorced my brother yet.
Well, the Canadians are always positive. We give them credit for that.
Rich had a different experience.
Well, we went around in the mixed and lost a tight one to the second seeds setter, and but loved it. My sister's really good. She didn't quite perform down here, but yeah. Anyway, I'm known as more as my sister's brother.
Yeah, his sister's number 2 ranked in Canada, over 60.
Number 2 ranked over 60 in Canada. We've
Yeah.
got some East Coast representation, some West Coast.
Yes.
Got Victoria Island, got some beautiful grass courts. We've got some folks playing on hard courts out there in Toronto and in BC as well. Is there any tips you can take away from watching this 60s gold balls mixed doubles match here?
Actually, I was doing a dry January. I think I'm going to do a dry 2023. I got about 25 pounds to lose to get to the weight that these guys are at. But we'll be back next year. I'll be a lot lighter. Trust me.
Awesome. Well, so glad to have you. We always welcome the snowbirds to the desert. You're welcome anytime. Your passports are valid here.
So far, but if Trump gets back in, who knows? How was I supposed to say that?
He did sponsor that broadcast,
We'll
but
be
that's all
back
right. Okay, have
Thanks.
a great rest of your stay. Thanks so much for being part of the tournament.
Getting a glimpse of the victory here. They're 2 points away from some gold balls.
Well, it's awesome to see the camaraderie from the cross-border camaraderie from all the compatriots competing across the senior ITF. Like you say, 2 points away, 35. Jacklich serving. I don't care how many times you've done it, this is a pressure situation. He delivers there. Beautiful overhead, gets back, anticipates that lob. Good net presence from his partner. 2 championship points. There you have it. Big celebration. Hugs and smiles on both sides from both competitors. Great match. That was your gold ball championship point, brought to you by the National Senior Men's Tennis Association and the National Women's Tennis Organization, coming together for an exciting mixed doubles match out there on championship court. There's a great shot of our umpire. Everybody's so excited. Tournament director Kywin Evans will make the gold ball trophy ceremony momentarily here as we pan around to the crowd.
Yes, he did.
Thanks, Mike.
We're gonna see if we can get Jeffrey and Erica up here in the booth for a little post-match interview. You're hearing a little banter at the net between all of them. It's amazing to see that. We can pan in on that, Spencer. Camera 24. Capture that action.
unfortunate pole placement, but what a night for tennis.
Incredible night for tennis.
The mountains in the skyline, just pink bluish sky, just perfect.
Well, that's going to do it here in a moment for our inaugural 2023 broadcast of the Wilson World Tennis Classic, brought to you by the amazing students at Val Verde High School in Val Verde Unified School District, part of highschool.gg. Big thanks to our title sponsor, Wilson, the official ball of the tournament, and James Mackey, your real estate agent in the desert. And big thanks to sponsors, National Senior Men's Tennis Association, the National Women's Tennis Organization, as well as all the other sponsors that made this possible for this amazing event. If we pan around there to the left, we see tournament director Kai Wynn and a bunch of other folks celebrating this gold ball victory.
Somebody from up north is requesting a picture.
A great shot. Let's see if we can get Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Well, that's not, Jeffrey's on the court.
Oh.
You want
Who's our
Robert.
winner?
Robert.
Did Jeffrey and Erica win?
Yeah, but they're still on the court.
Who's that?
That's
Rob.
That's Robert Wesley Hinkel.
Hey, Robert. Okay, joining us momentarily. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Joining us momentarily here at the booth, Robert, just to discuss the match. Robert, step on in here. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts after that match and the silver ball here.
It's not gold, but it was fun to play. The match was a clean match. It was a fun match. The great competitors. Everybody had their moments of good and bad, and every now and then we had a highlight reel, but they got one or more than we needed, than we could afford, and they took it. So it was a good match. They played very well, and we were solid. And it's just fun to be out there at 60, still doing it. So.
What did you think about the venue this week? Live on air, we're just taking a look at the beautiful mountains as we look out to the north, the perfect weather here in the desert.
First of all, it couldn't have been more perfect weather. You're absolutely right. And for those that are watching from maybe far away or they see it one day, this is what it's like out here. So it's beautiful. And I live about 2 hours from here, and we enjoy coming out the desert, and the conditions were perfect. There was very little breeze, if any. The glare was down low, and the court viewing is great. The courts were in good shape, so it was a fun tournament to play.
So tell us a little bit about your ball collection that you and your partner have now.
Oh, it's not many. I think she said she has 16 balls, and I think I have 3 gold and 3 bronze, so not that many. I haven't been playing quite that much, but this will be my first silver, so I'll take it.
Okay, fun. You'll take it.
I'll take it.
Where do your travels take you in 2023 for the tennis court?
We're going to play with my men's partner, Pat Crow, who's a great player. And we're going to play the men's 55s this season, and I'm going to try to sneak out an old buddy to play some 60s with me too. So we'll play a couple of the nationals and some of the locals. So, and then I got a son who's 16, and we have a really good time playing the father-son. That's probably the coup de grace. We've got an incredible tournament out I think it's in late June or early June, out at Claremont, that the Paul and Kathy Settles run, the senior father-son, and that could not be a better tournament. I'm looking forward to that, and Pacific Southwest, and then of course we got La Jolla at the end of the year for the National Father-Son Open. So I really enjoy playing with my son. That's the best.
Awesome. Yeah, we love to see those family affairs. We had a good opportunity to watch Paul and Kathy play the mixed doubles final just a couple days ago.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Good to see.
They're a very, very tight team. Yep. So.
Great. Well, we'll let you cool down from that match.
Thank you.
Sorry it didn't go the way, but glad you could add the silver to the shelf.
To the shelf, yeah, that's right. But it's always fun to be out there, so that's a good thing. So thank you for interviewing me.
Great. Thank you so much. Well, that was awesome to talk to another piece of tennis history and another piece of tennis future as he continues to progress around the world. There's a great shot of our student team there that's continuing to wrap up. Why don't we zoom in on them, Spencer? These are the awesome kids from Valverde High School and Valverde Unified, part of highschool.gg. They're a highschool.gg chapter, and they're learning broadcasting, not only for the love for esports, but as you can tell, for the love of the game, whatever that game is. So it's great to see them out there. Hey, Valverde. They're live. There we go. Got a future military man there. We got a future shoe designer in the middle, and a future to be determined. Some broadcast students that have made this great broadcast possible tonight. This is the first time in the 38 years of contention that this tournament has been put out there to a worldwide audience, and we love to see it. One last look at lovely Shadow Mountain Resort. We bid you farewell from the Wilson World Tennis Classic. Good night and GG.